What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Today we're going to be talking about the brand new selection box that just got leaked recently, as you guys can see right here, the selection box mini. Now, I did already make a video on this, like, you know, the breaking news, selection box mini has been leaked and all that stuff, and now that I have more time on my hands, I just got back from school, I can cover all the cards that have been confirmed that are going to be from the selection box mini. So I'm going to go pull up this card list right here. This card list right here shows all the cards that are going to be confirmed from this list, but I did make one thing wrong about my previous video when I was talking about that. So this card list right here, there's only a few cards from this card list that are going to be going to the selection box. Basically, the person that data mined this, Dragon from Guns Blazing Discord server, huge shout out to him for data mining this. But basically, when he data mined all these new cards from this, he went to like the most like card catalog. He went to the most recent cards that have been added, and he has access to it because he's able to go into the game files and all that stuff. All of this is not public to us just yet. And yeah, as you guys can see, there's a lot of cards in here that are from, you know, previous events. Like we have a lot from the Elegant Mai event, the Drillroid cards and stuff like that. These cards are not going to be in the selection box. All this is just basically the most recent cards have been added and that are going to be in the selection box. And thank you to It's Brad Has HD for notifying me about this, since I got that wrong in my video. He posted in my Discord right here, as you guys can see, all the confirmed cards that we're going to be talking about in today's video. And he got this from Yazzan from the Duel Links meta server. So yeah, just straight up, huge shout out to everybody for telling me all about this and all of that good stuff. Huge shout out to these guys. So yeah, we're going to be going through what we know so far about the selection box, and we're going to be just talking about each individual card that we're going to be going through. So let's go pop this up right here. So we're going to be trying something new with the data mine video over here. So first card that is confirmed from the selection box, you can tell from this thing right here. And actually, before we get on to that, one thing I do want to mention is that, as you see from the box with the selection box mini volume 1, there's also next to this artwork selection box volume 1. Possibly when the mini box of the selection box does get dropped, we might be able to go into the selection box volume 1 yet again. If you guys want to know all the cards from the selection box number 1, I have a couple videos. If I remember, I'll put those links in the description too if you want to watch that, because those also had some new cards and stuff like that. But we're going to be focusing on the selection box mini. And yeah, first we have a Sangan. Sangan is a 3-star Dark Fiend with the effect: if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add one monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand, but you cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with that name for the rest of this turn. You only can activate the effect of Sangan once per turn. This is as an attack of 1000 and defense of 600. So Sangan is you are for a good reason, because simply you can search for any card that has 1500 or less attack from your deck. So we can pull up Duel Links right here. That's why I have Duel Links up. We can go to the card catalog and just take a quick peek at all the cards in the game that have 1500 or less attack. It is actually insane. So we're gonna go to monsters. We're gonna let's do attack high to low and just kind of find the monster with 1500 attack. We're gonna have to do a good amount of scrolling down from here, because there's a lot of strong boys. There's a lot of strong boys. Oop, we're not there yet, but yeah, we're gonna take just a little bit. This is a new format I'm trying out. Let's see, what's this card? Okay, we're not there yet. We're not at the 1500s. Man, my game is lagging so much because I have so many different things running. Okay, there we go. So look at this, guys. There's like a huge catalog of monsters we can search with 1500 or less attack. Like, it's actually insane of what the huge like amount of cards that we can use. Now, I do want to read up on Sangan again. The downside to adding a monster with 1500 or less attack from deck to your hand, you cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with the same name of that for the rest of the with that name for the rest of the turn. With yeah, so when you do first add the card, though, you can't activate certain stuff like that. So, like, for example, if you added Lucky Pied Piper from your deck to your hand, you can't really activate his effect right away. But, like, the thing is, it wouldn't really matter too much, because most case scenarios, you would possibly be setting down Sangan in face-down defense position. Your opponent will attack into it. You add one of your monsters that you want. You could add, I don't know, a Lady AD if you wanted to. Needle Stun Fish. There's actually so many cards. Like, dude, this can even possibly work in Sylvans if you wanted to. Like, this card can work in so many things. And yeah, that secondary effect doesn't really affect you too much if you're, like, you know, letting your opponent destroy Sangan, because then you can search for your card, end turn, it's your turn now, and then you can activate those monsters. So that secondary effect isn't too crazy, but it's basically stopping people that, I don't know, if you do like an econ take, that's Sangan's getting set from the field to the graveyard, and then you would be able to add one of the cards to your hand, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it does limit you in some cases, but it won't be the biggest of deals. Still, Sangan is going to possibly work in a lot of decks. It has some synergy with Fiends, too. We can go search up Fiend monsters real quick and see, like, what other Fiend monsters that we have. There's, like, you know, you can combo this and possibly, like, a Dark Necrofield deck. You can search for, what 1500 allows. We have a ton of, like, options here. Like, there is so many combos that I can't even list. But, like, here's just a couple examples. You could add Snipe Hunter from your deck to your hand if you wanted to. Play the Necrofield version of the deck. Like, Sangan is going to be busted. There's so many options that you can add with Sangan, and it's going to be absolutely insane once we get Sangan into Duel Links. Now, the only issue is, though, I got to mention this, the only issue is, though, is that with Sangan being added into Duel Links, it's only going to be added in the selection box menu. If you guys don't know what the selection box is, basically it's kind of a pay to win box. It has a ton of reprints in the box, which is really nice for new players, but you only can buy it a certain amount of times with gems. After you're done buying it with gems, the only way to buy more packs is through money. So you got to remember that too. So it's going to be difficult for free-to-play players getting 3 copies of Sangan, and I don't really know how I feel about this. Maybe Sangan won't really break the game too much, but like, it can search out for a lot of different cards. So I don't know, guys. Tell me what your guys' thoughts on Sangan being introduced into the selection box. It's a crazy card, but will it be a good card to add? I don't know. Next up, though, we're going to go into the Paleozoic, I can't even pronounce that. Paleozoic Hallucigenia. Can't pronounce it at all, but this is going to be an ultra rare trap card, as you guys can see from the selection box mini thing. And this card states you can target one face-up monster on the field. Its attack and defense become half of its current attack and defense at the end of the turn. That's really cool right there. It's basically Shrink, but for the Paleozoics, even though we don't have Shrink yet in Duel Links. I feel like those Shrink could definitely be added at some point, though. I don't feel like it would be terribly broken. Maybe, maybe not as a quick play spell. Nonetheless, though, once per chain, when a trap card is activated, while this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon this card as a normal monster, Aqua, Water, level 2, attack 1200, 0 defense. This card's not treated as a trap card. Summon this way, it's unaffected with monster effects. Also banish it when it leaves the field. You guys know the gist if you played Paleozoics. Let's go quickly to go into Paleozoics real quick. We're actually going to clear our filters. And let me see. Okay, so the current Paleozoics we have in the game, they all have the same effect, except, you know, Paleozoic Canadia, target a face-up monster opponent controls, hitting down the face-down defense position. This one, you can target a face-up monster field, it gains fire and attack and defense at the end of the turn. We have this one where you can target a banished card, return to the graveyard. We have this one, send one trap card from your deck to the graveyard once per chain. Then, oh yeah, send one trap card from your deck to the graveyard. Then we have the draw one, the Paleozoic, where you can draw, discard one Paleozoic card, and then draw 2 cards. So overall, when adding, I think this Paleozoic right here will definitely help out anybody that does play Paleozoics already, because just the fact that you can half the attack and defense of monsters like that is going to be crazy, and you can do this during like the battle phase pretty much whenever on both sides of the field. So it's going to be a really powerful card, and anybody that plays the Paleozoic Witch Raider build is definitely going to want to try to snag a couple copies of this Paleozoic card. It's a reason why it's a UR, so that is really nice right there. So we're going to go clear that out right here. Let's go show that Blue Eyes White Dragon for now while we get on to the next card, because the next card is definitely another card that's going to be interesting. So Offerings to the Doom. This is a quick play spell card. Target one face-up monster on the field, destroy that target, but also skip your next draw phase. This card isn't going to be overpowered, but at the same time, it isn't the worst card in the world. So this is a quick play spell, so you can either do this on your turn or your opponent's turn. You get to target a monster on the field and destroy that target, so this could help out with OTK decks that don't really care about drawing into stuff. And yeah, I feel like this card definitely has some potential. Whether or not it'll be viable in today's meta, and considering it is from the selection box mini, who knows that much people will be playing this card. But hey, if you really don't want to deal with your opponent's monsters, and you feel like your opponent is gonna win the duel if they summon a crazy powerful monster, you can play Offerings to the Doom, sacrifice your draw phase for that one turn, and There you go, guys. I don't know. Offers to the Doom is definitely going to be an interesting card, and I'm really curious to see how players are going to be playing this card in the future. Definitely an interesting card. Whether or not it's overpowered or not, I don't know, but it seems really cool. We also have another card right here. We have Dark Elf, a 4-star Dark spellcaster with the effect. This card requires a cost of 1,000 of your own life points to attack. Has 2,000 attack and 800 defense. So it is a Dark attribute card, which is alright, but I mean, let's think about it. So let's go to, let's search up a Dark monster. Let's go to like attack high or low and see like some other stuff. I mean, it's cool that we have a 2,000, you know, monster straight off the bat right here. It could possibly help in auto duel decks, because with all my auto duel decks, they're like all like 1900 beat sticks or whatever. So it would be nice to have some vanilla, or not vanilla, but just some 2,000 attacking monsters with like no cost whatsoever. Well, the fact that it's 1,000 of your own life points attack is kind of, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, there is some, I think there could be some better alternatives to this card, and they could just be 1900. Like, I feel like this card could be alright. Not really though. Let me see though. Where's some 1900s? Like, we have Worst Raider already. You can summon it on the board. 1900. Skill Dark Magician, another 1900. We got this card. I think it's from the latest box too. Yeah. Or Valiant Souls, 1900 Dark Monster. Pretty easy to get out. Now, there is one benefit that I just thought of, that with Dark Elf, you could possibly combo this with one of the skills. I don't believe I have this skill, but let me go to switch to Bastion real quick. Let me go switch to Bastion real quick and talk about his skills. So as you guys know, Bastion has a lot of these skills right here. We're going to go take a look at, let me go find it. So yeah, we have these skills right here. The Mighty as Fire, Silent as Water, right here, or Quick as Wind, and then last but not least, Silent as Water. Bastion also has the 3 other attributes that you can unlock through dueling as him against like ranked PvP or casual duels. Nonetheless, though, when your life points go to like 3,000 or below, you can play a corresponding field spell. So I think I can possibly find it. I forgot what it's exactly called, but hopefully you guys know what I mean. But you can play that version of, or play Bastion's skill, like, I don't know what it's called, like Night is Dark or something. I do not remember. I'm trying to search this up real quick. Or is it field spell? And then let's search up Dark. Let's see. Mystic Plasma Zone. So Bastion has a skill where if you lose 1,000 life points, you can activate Mystic Plasma Zone from your just onto the board. So you could possibly combo that with Dark Elf and get some 2,500 Dark Spellcasters going on. It could help out possibly a Dark Magician deck a little bit. So Dark Elf, I feel like, has its uses, but I still kind of don't like the fact that to attack with it, you need to pay 1,000 of your life points. But hey, that's just one combo that I thought of, which is pretty cool. Next up, though, we're going to be talking about Brotherhood of the Fire Fist, a Gorilla. So this is a 4-star Fire Beast Warrior with the effect once per turn when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard. You can set one Fire Formation spell card directly from your deck. Once per turn, you can send one face-up Fire Formation spell/trap card you control your graveyard and target a spell and trap card on the field and destroy it. Wow, this is going to definitely help out the deck. So I am extremely unfamiliar with the Fire Fist. Yeah, isn't it Fire Fist? Yeah, Fire Fist. I'm extremely like unfamiliar with Fire Fist, but I feel like Gorilla was definitely a card that people were talking about previously. So these are the current Fire Fists we have. We have Brotherhood of the Fire Fist, Swallow, Raven, Coyote, and Buffalo. So these are the ones that we currently have right now. And we can also... I guess we could just type in fire and see the fire formation spells. We also have cards like Fire Formation Ryoku. Let's do formation real quick. So we okay, here we go. All of them pop up. That's cool. We also have Fire Formation Tekken and Tensu. Cards, these Fire Formation cards are pretty easy to get out. And you can also get out those Fire Formation cards from Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Gorilla through his effect too, which is super nice right there. So you could possibly combo and get out Goroku, lock down one of your opponent's spells. If you really need to, you can send that Face of Fire Formation to just target a spell and trap card on the field. It'll be really nice too, because for some Fire Fist players, their field or their back row get clogged up because they only have Fire Formation Gorokus on the board. You could possibly pop those with Gorilla to make some more room with that. So I think overall this card's going to be really good. Like I said, I'm really unfamiliar with Fire Fist, but Gorilla will slide in really nice with them. Currently, Fire Fists are only used with the Hazies right now, so I don't know if Gorilla will or will not make Fire Fist viable by themselves, but the fact that it has some super easy back row removal is pretty nice right there. I think Fire Fist to be decent though, you probably need effects to destroy monsters if we don't already have them ready. You can send a total special summon this card from a graveyard, special summon this from your hand. You can set a fire formation spell from your deck to the field. Raven would be replaced by Gorilla because it has a better effect. Gorilla has a better effect or more effects, stuff like that. Yeah, so overall, I feel like Gorilla will help out the deck, but I don't know if it'll make the deck completely viable. But then again, I'm not an expert on Brotherhood or the Fire Fist cards, so you guys can go in the comment section down below and take your thoughts on it. Next up, though, we're going to be talking about Axe of Despair, the last confirmed card from this list. I believe I can go take a quick look right here. Yep. So this is an SR equip spell. This card is treated as an Archfiend card, which is interesting. The equipped monster gains 1,000 attack. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you contribute a monster and place this card on the top of your deck. So, okay. So, I believe Axe of Despair will... my goodness. Axe of Despair will probably be a pretty decent card because... some people are, I watched Brad's video on this, and he was kind of saying they liked Horn of the Unicorn better because you can send Horn of the Unicorn back to your deck. Like, once Horn of the Unicorn's destroyed, here, let me just pull it up real quick for some context. Horn of the Unicorn. So yeah, Horn of the Unicorn right here, we can do a comparison. When the equipped monster gains 700 attack and defense, when this card sent from the field to the graveyard returns to the top of the deck. Personally, I really hate equipped cards that do this, okay? I don't like using equipped cards like these compared to stuff like Axe of Despair, okay? Because when your opponent destroys your monster that you built up with Horn of the Unicorn, once that monster does get destroyed, which there's a ton of cards you can use to simply destroy it like that. You can use Tribute to the Doom, Dark Core, other monster effects that destroy monsters with effects. Horn of the Unicorn, when equipped to that monster, will go back to the top of your deck. So when you're using Horn of the Unicorn and your opponent plays something like Tribute to the Doom or Dark Core on you, you're just going to get smacked easily because your opponent now knows what your next draw is going to be. It's going to be Horn of the Unicorn. Since you use you already used 2 cards from your deck to, you know, get a monster and then equip it with Horn of the Unicorn, so you're most likely not going to really have much other cards to use. I just don't like the fact that like Horn of the Unicorn goes back to your deck. I really hate cards that do that, because then your opponent knows what you're gonna have next. You have kind of a less advantage to that compared to Axe of Despair, where it gives your monster 1,000 attack. And then if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can tribute to monster and place this card on the top of your deck. It's an option. And since it's an Archfiend, you can combo with Archfiends. And Archfiends love getting tribute to because you can easily bring them back. So wait, did I spell that right? Yeah, I did. I just need to put Fiend at the end of it. But like, Archfiends love to get thrown to the graveyard. And I put a B right there. Boop. But Archfiends like to get into graveyard. This guy likes to get into the graveyard. You can special summon them back with Call of the Archfiend. So the fact that you have the choice to add it to your deck, if you add it back to your deck with Axe of Despair, if you really want to, is really nice. And you can special summon back your Archfiend guys with Call of the Archfiend, which is really cool. I really like that. And then also, since it is counted as an Archfiend card, I believe... yeah, you can discard Axe of Despair with Archfiend Enter to activate his effect, which is really nice. And then, like, overall, it's 1,000 attack for, like, no drawback whatsoever. Most of the equip cards that we have in the game always have a drawback for a decent amount of attack. Let's go to equip spell right here. Let me just try to name off a couple of them. A Big Bang Shot's pretty good. But yeah, we have Horn of the Unicorn, 700 attack and defense, but it is a drawback. You have to throw it back to the top of your deck. I believe there's like some sword back in the day. Oh yeah, there's Stim Pack right here. Monster gains 700 attack, but each of your standby phases loses 200 attack. That's pretty mediocre and lame. You can return this card from your hand. That's pretty good. What else? I think this one. Ooh, where was that one where it's 500? I think it's this one. When it's card sent in the graveyard, put it to the top of your deck. I really don't like those card effects. I feel like there's just too much drawback. Here's Mask of Brutality, or Brutality. 1,000 attack, loses 1,000 defense during each standby phase. You pay 1,000 life points for this card. Like, yeah, Axe of Despair is a solid card, and I definitely feel like it has room for anybody that does enjoy it to play equip spell cards. Whether or not you should add this to your card in your deck, that just depends on you, because equip spells haven't really been seeing too much viability in the game. But hey, that's 1,000 attack with a 1 equip spell. Very cool right there. Nonetheless, though, let's go and talk about some other cards right here. So we're going to go full screen. We're going to pull that up. Let's go just do a quick talk about of some other cards that are going to be reprinted and my thoughts on it. So one of the UR cards that's been confirmed that's going to be reprinted is Horus Black Flame Dragon level 8. I don't really like this as a reprint. I feel like it's not really that good. Possibly Horus level 6 will get reprinted too, which is alright, but I mean, Horus isn't really the best right now, so I don't really know how I feel about that. We also have Ultimate Insect level 5 and level 3 being reprinted. I don't really know how I feel about that either, just kind of mediocre. We have Ultimate Insect 5 and 3. If you guys want to read up on these cards on your own, you guys can go to the Duel card catalog and read them on yourself, because these cards are already in the game, so I don't want to waste too much more of your guys' time. Dark Mimic is going to be kind of meh. I mean, these are all rares and stuff like that, so it's not that big of a deal. The selection box has a ton of cards that are going to be reprinted anyway, so most of these are not that big of a deal, but I don't really like Horus Black Flame Dragon as a level 8. Or a level 8 as the UR card. We also have Single Purchase. I haven't heard of that card before. Single Purchase. Okay, just some random card. How do you even obtain this card in the first place? Electric Overload. Okay. Cool, I guess. And then what else? We have Summoning Curse. Okay. Summoning Curse. Summoning Curse right here. Another random card from what box? Electric Overload. Okay, so yeah, overall, I don't really know. I don't really know how I feel about those cards. Kind of mediocre, to be honest. But I think that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys like this format. I really wanted to do this format simply because of my editing software has been really buggy recently, so I don't really want to edit videos too much with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of format for Duel Links data mine videos. I do really like the fact of like kind of doing it like this, where you have Duel Links on the bottom right and then the card on the left. I feel like this is a cool format that I can definitely do in the future, and once I fix my editing software, I can definitely make this type of series better. So if you guys enjoy this, be sure to go to the comment section down below and tell me your thoughts on this new little format for the Duel Links data mines. But that's going to be it from me. Be sure to go like the video if you enjoyed. I already said that. Be sure to go subscribe to the channel for future data mine content. I got a couple other data mine stuff that I can talk about. Little small events, but I feel like it's worth sharing out to you guys. And then if you guys want, you can join my Discord, link in the description down below. It has all that information on these data mines early. Everybody posts, I either or someone else in my Discord posts these data mines early in there, so be sure to go join that. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for watching today's Duel Links video. I'll go see you in the next one. Peace out.